It appears there are plenty of happy hunters across the state of Wisconsin. 2 days after the end to the traditional gun deer hunt, we found that this year's harvest totals are up about 7.7%. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. The numbers released this afternoon are preliminary.
Yeah, they come from a survey of more than 600 registration stations, and those numbers could change. Fox 11's Bill Miston joins us now. And Bill, what are those 2012 numbers?
Well, Tom, Michelle, this year's preliminary tally, like you said, shows almost 244,000 deer were killed between November 17th and the 26th. Hunters bagged nearly 115,000 bucks and nearly 129,000 antlerless deer. Now that is a 12% increase from last year in regards to bucks and a 4% increase for does and buck fawns. Now in northeast Wisconsin, numbers were up about almost 9%, with the biggest increases seen in Brown, Kewaunee, and Manitowoc counties. Now, the harvest was down in only 3 counties. That includes Green Lake, Winnebago, and up in Marinette. So how do these figures match up with how hunters and the DNR viewed the season? Tonight, we bring you multiple views. It's a full house, or freezer, at Malot's Meats in Pensacola. Stacks of receipts wait for customers to pick up their processed venison, with some still dropping it off.
I cut them on Thanksgiving Day too, so.
Owner Jerry Malott says he's had to process about 80 deer a day since last Monday to keep up with the roughly 400 to 500 total deer brought in. And he says numbers are up between 10 and 15% from the last 2 years.
I see an upswing in the numbers. Most guys are seeing more deer than they have in the past few years. Yeah, they're seeing a lot more deer.
But for Scott Stewart, this year's season was slim pickings, especially up north.
I seen the one I shot on Sunday, and I seen the spike horn up north, and one other one as far as bucks go, but I didn't see a whole lot of deer.
Even on record harvest years, there are going to be locations and hunting groups that didn't have their best year.
Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources Wildlife Warden Jeff Pritzel says the harvest increase can be attributed to a mild winter, older deer, and good hunting conditions opening weekend, as can the warm weather that forced many hunters to register their deer sooner rather than later.
If you look across the region, this part of the state, we were up almost 20% at opening weekend, and at the end of the season we're up about 9% from last year. Most of the comments we've gotten so far I have been saw more deer than last year, and that doesn't come as a big surprise.
Now Pritzel says the final harvest totals for all of the hunting seasons will be complete in January. Tom?
Bill, thank you very much. Now that the hunt is over, hunters are getting their trophy bucks mounted. The owners of Bucky's Taxidermy in the town of Menasha say that it's been a busy season. They also say it's been a different season.
The deer are a lot bigger, they're a lot heavier, and they got a lot more rack to them. You know, the dirt spread is bigger than it's been years ago.
Hunters who didn't get a deer can still go out into the woods. The state's 10-day muzzleloader season began yesterday. The bow season runs through January 6th, and a 4-day gun hunt for antlerless deer will run from December 6th through the 9th.